Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. Wendy Anderson, justbe.me. 8-8, hello to 8-8, Lionsgate, 8th of August. So I don't know if any of you out there have been feeling it. I know I've been feeling it. I know my husband's been feeling it the last few days. Yeah, I think as a family of being quite sensitive to energies, we've all felt it, but we've all felt it in different ways, which has been really interesting. So I've noticed that the men have been feeling it different to the women in the family, which has been really interesting. But I'll probably cover that more in the next video. So the women seem to be feeling more into the fire element, which is sacral chakra, the reproductive system, and organs. So I will go into the next video to talk about how you can help balance those energies, but you may be actually feeling a clearing today anyway. But for those of you that are still kind of like that, haven't felt the clearing, there's certain things that you could do to help it. For males, some of you may have been feeling it in the chest, in the lungs, in the heart, maybe even in the arms. Something might have been coming up. So your arms are connected to your heart. So again, it's kind of like balancing energies. So there's really balanced forces at play here. So the Lionsgate for me this morning, feeling into it, was nothing will be the same after today. Nothing. We make all things new. All things are new today. So for me, the last couple of days, feeling into my subconscious must have been feeling about destroying the old, and I've really felt kind of like that real surge of fire energy of I am in pure fire breathing destruction mode. It's like, woe betide you if you get in my way, if you don't support the energies of what is important to me, then I'm sorry, but my fire breath will destroy you, literally. And kind of like that's what I've been feeling. Sorry, husband. And again, you know, it's honouring all of our humanness at the same time, that we're still doing this in this human life experience with a human physical form, you know, as well as being the balls of spirit that we are, that are residing within us, that feels everything that is transpiring in the universe. But we are beings of this planet, we are beings of this earth, but we have the universe. And this is the misconception that the universe is out there somewhere. It's actually not. You're looking for it in the wrong place. The universe is actually within us. If you want to go kind of like traveling to different planets and stuff like that, you can, because it's literally go within, because everything is actually within you. So it's kind of like this argument about what shape the world is, what shape the planet is. It's whatever shape you want it to be. You are the one soul creator and divine grid programmer. So it's up to you what shape it is. So, you know, your truth is your truth and it's unique to you. So each one of us, because we all hold a unique resonance, sorry, not resonance, the resonance goes up and down, vibration, we all hold a unique vibration. So our vibrations are going to be unique. So your truth is going to be unique to somebody else's truth. And this is the part of the balanced forces that is coming in. So each one of you is going to have a unique desire, a unique set of skills, you know, like Taken, you know, that guy had a unique set of skills that is different from potentially other people's because of his experiences. So each one of you is going to be on that same thread, and that you've all got unique skill sets, you've all got unique desires. I think it's looking into that, how can I express myself and use my gifts, and normally gifts come from trauma. That is the other end of it. So you've got trauma, then you end up with a gift because you survived it. So they play a part. So everything your story is holding, everything that your humanness has experienced, is part of you in this human life experience. But it's also going to be, it is your gift. And it's having the perspective to see yourself, really, really see yourself and hear yourself and listen to yourself. You know, I am kind of like witnessing people at the moment that are in a narcissistic energy. And when I say narcissistic energy, I'm not judging that whatsoever. You know, it's still a warranted energy to learn from. So everything, the traumas, the learnings, the lessons, they all created still from the frequency of love. So everything is always created in love for you. But some of these lessons are crunchy and hard. If they were easy, you wouldn't learn, you wouldn't immerse yourself in them, you wouldn't learn in the same way. This is why this planet is a beautiful, beautiful learning gift. So what I've noticed being around certain people is that there is this real narcissistic energy. Now, what the narcissistic energy looks like is I'm always right, so therefore you always have to be wrong. And so if you're the person that's wrong, then you'll feel like your creations are always going to be limited, because you'll feel like no matter what I do, it's never going to be good enough for you. So this is the shift and this is the difference. So it's kind of like one message that was coming up as well yesterday was, there's no room in the womb for others' creations right now. So that is the new as well. So you'll feel it for men and women. You know, you will feel it in your reproductive system. It'll start to feel crunchy and not quite right. It'll feel out of balance. If you are creating for other people and you're not creating for yourself. So it'll start to come up in the physicality. It'll start to come up in the solar plex as well, because it's literally you are giving all your gifts away, you are giving all your energy away, you are giving everything away. So if your stomach has been feeling a little bit out of sorts as well, it's kind of like, where is it that I'm creating for somebody else and not myself? Because you're just giving all your worth away. So again, this is a very, so if you're in a situation where it's a narcissistic energy, so a narcissist will take the energy because they literally are not inviting it in for themselves because they don't feel worthy of it. And you'll recognize this narcissistic energy because it's always going to be in victimhood. You're always going to be, they're always going to feel that you are attacking them. That they can't actually do anything right. So that mirrors back at you when you're interacting with them. They will never support what you stand for or what you want to create, or your core values. So this isn't just people, this is corporations. You know, where is it that they're at? So this is really being aware of narcissistic energies around us right now. Where is it that an energy, or where is it that a corporation or a being, whoever it is, whatever it is, where is it that is taking more energy away from me than I'm receiving back? So you might receive crumbs of love back or crumbs of reward back, but if you're not receiving equal amounts back, you'll feel it somewhere in the body. It'll come up in the physicality. So again, your body is a compass to where you are living your life from the heart and in alignment, or where is it that you are living your life out of alignment and from the programs that you've got going on in your head. So again, this is the shift. I make all things new. You know, it's a heart-centered living rather than head-centered living. Because as well, you know, if you, so say for an example, you've got a narcissist in your family, and they could be somebody close, it could be mother, brother, father, sister, whoever it is, doesn't really matter. But they'll have this label of being the family member. So it's not a given that somebody's got a label to be in your life. You know, if they are not supporting you, your dreams, you moving forward, your transformation, your values, you being you and allowing you to being you, then they need to earn that position in your life. It's not a given. You know, they will be very privileged to think that they've got something over you, and that they will have things that they will, you know, kind of like keep you tethered on that little piece of string. And the tether will literally be fear, because you fear not being in association with this corporation energy or being, because you think, well, I've got to be independent. So where is it that there's a codependent relationship with a narcissistic energy as well? So this is big energy about the Lion's Gate in Balance Forces and Lotus Mudra, Peace Mudra, yeah. So this is all coming into balance to really open up the crown chakra that is literally coming from the heart. And the visual that I was getting in the Balanced Forces was literally, you've got your left and right hemispheres of brain, which is masculine and feminine logic and creation, and they are literally coming into alignment with the heart. And when you think about it, it's a triangle, and the triangle is always strength. So feeling out of alignment as well, one thing, a tool that I've been gifted with is the pyramid meditation. So the pyramid meditation is, imagine that you've got, so from your third eye, imagine you've got a pyramid that you are creating in your imagination, and you've got an upside down pyramid. Put the two together, you've got a shape that's called a Merkaba. Spin it really fast and it creates light, loads and loads of light to use at your disposal. And you are all, there's an alchemist in all of us. You can use the light, make a rod of light that goes all the way up to the universe, all the way to the earth. And as soon as this light switches on all the way down, that brings all of your energy centers back into alignment. If you're bringing all of your energy centers back into alignment, you're bringing all your organs, glands and bodily systems back into alignment as well. So you can actually, so this is the health alchemist, that you can bring everything back into light with everything that you've got within you. So use your light, because we are actually made from light in frequency. So it kind of like makes sense that the light can actually heal us. When you look at the sun's energy and the sun's power, the gamma rays from the sun, like, just feel it. How do you feel on a sunny day? You know, everyone's out there socialising, you've got your vitamin D, it's switching on your immune system, you kind of just feel good, yeah? And then you've got these endless, I'm in the UK, endless cloudy days, and you don't want to go out, you just want to stay in your house, you know, kind of put a blanket around you, and it's kind of like, just keep yourself to yourself, and you're feeling a little bit shitty. So the sun's light power is, you know, just think of that as a human being in yourself. How do you feel in the light? Kind of makes sense, it's logical. So you can use that, everybody can use that, you know, this isn't unique to certain individuals, just because this is why I'm sharing it with you, you know, everybody can use it. So as soon as you switch on this light beam that goes all the way up to the universe, all the way down into the earth's core, all the way through you, so it anchors you to absolutely all that is, you become one with it. And then also a light goes across as well, so it goes from your heart space all the way to your palms, all the way across your body, and brings you back into alignment. So when you think about this shape, it is the shape of either a cross. Ironically, there's lots of stories about the shape of the cross. You know, the Egyptians had an ankh, you know, it makes sense. Also a sword is, you know, the sword of Michael, you know, is the truth, is the truth of it. So the truth is that we are beings of light, and you can heal anything with light. So if you're feeling a little bit funky at the moment, it's come back to your still point, come back to your stillness, and you can do this little practice in your imagination. Everyone's got imagination, nobody can take that away from you. There is a limiting belief going around that some people don't have imagination. Don't buy into that, it's just a belief system that's put out there to make people believe that they don't have a belief, or they can't imagine. It's rubbish. Everyone has got imagination. And all you have to do is literally say, switch on my imagination now. You are the internal alchemist. But the thing is about being the internal alchemist is that we create from within as without. So when you are the internal alchemist, you're also creating in your human life experiences. So when you look at everything that's going on right there at the moment, you know, there is the real firepower out there in the world at the moment. And so the fire element is bringing in, and these are my notes, passion and motivation, destruction, illumination, determination, inner light, forging forward, transformation. So the illumination, so how it feels when we are not illuminated is you will feel thirsty all the time, monkey mind, kidneys will be a little bit out, you'll have fear stuck in the body, your urinary system will be a bit out. So if you've got, say, a water infection, kidney infection going on right now, heart might be a little bit out as well, you're just feeling thirsty all the time, and you'll go to the doctors and the doctors will give you some kind of diagnosis. Literally you are feeling the planetary frequency of shift and change right now, of transformation. Right, so Lionsgate is a really powerful transformational energy as well. So if you are feeling it, you are feeling it, it's okay. It's temporary, it will pass, but there are tools and tips that I will give you in the next videos to help alleviate anything that you might be feeling right now. So balanced forces of the masculine and feminine. The greater the distance of separation of duality, the greater the density. So this is kind of like living in 3D. You know, we've really had the separation. We've been separated from ourselves. We've been separated from our spirit formed beings. We've been separated from our inner alchemy. We've been separated from our inner energy because somebody is been using us for their own creations. So we've been separated from our creative abilities, and that has definitely been thwarted and stunted, particularly through our 2-strand DNA, which is now expanding to 1,144 strands. Check that out. So there's a shift now, definite shift, and you can really feel it. So we've been so separate, and we've been separated from each other. You know, it doesn't matter what religion you are, it doesn't matter what your beliefs are, it doesn't matter what colour you are, it doesn't matter what language you speak. In essence, you're all made from the same energy, which is pure frequency love. If somebody cuts you, you'll bleed, and your shit still stinks. You know, every single one of you, and every single one of you has got light and dark. It's just that some of you will only allow people to see the light side of you, and you'll not allow people to see the dark side of you. But the dark side of you has got some beautiful gifts in as well. So the dark side of you is partly your trauma, and then that trauma is in the dark, but then you can put a light on it, well, then it becomes your gift. So it's still all of you, you know, it's all one, it's all whole. So when you think about it, that is a mirror of what we are seeing on the planet right now, that we're seeing all the darkness. All of a sudden there's a light being shone on it. But at some point we will see all this light being transformed into the planet's gifts. So it's all going to be transformed. So then you're thinking, well, what's it going to be transformed into end? Well, you look at everything at the moment in its duality aspect. Fear transforms into courage. And you're seeing that at the moment, you know, so many brave people that are out on the streets that have, you know, they are fighting for their belief systems. Or, well, some people, I mean, you know, they are trying to do it in peace as much as they can. And that is the thing to hold, is the stillness and the peace still within, but to be sovereign. And it's like, these are my values, my core values, and this is what I believe in. So I am standing in that. And if you don't support my values, then I do not engage with you. So this is the thing. So it's discernment about who we engage with and what energy vortexes we choose to invite ourselves into. But the thing is now, what we've not realised before is we have choices to what we engage in. So we've kind of like had this false belief that, oh no, you all have to be together as one, you know, you all have to get along. You don't all have to get along. You know, you can have little pockets of, you can have your core values here because they are your truths. You can have your little pocket of core values here because they're yours. You know, there's a reason maybe that you've been born into a certain country. There's a reason why you've been born into a certain culture. There's a reason why you're holding certain beliefs. And ultimately they are part of you, but at the same time, your soul is none of that. So at some point, can you tap into your soul and literally all of your identity, renew it? Everything that you once knew, renew. So what you actually are at the core of your truth is an infinite being of light. So your energy is infinite, you can never die, you only transform. And you are made from the frequency of love. So that is everybody's truth. There's no getting around that, that's everybody's truth. But you know, it's kind of like you can choose to ignore it as well and still hold that separation from it. That's okay. And the separation from it is the human identity in some ways. So the human is perfect. It's got both aspects of, yeah, on one level I know who I am, but then another human aspect level is, you know what, I'm choosing to have this life experience that has certain beliefs, cultures, and experiences. So can we accept that each and every one of us is choosing to have and to hold a unique, different human experience? The difference is choosing. You can engage with that person because it either is a little bit resonance, it holds resonance with your own experience, or it doesn't. So you can take it or leave it, you know. So you choose which creative energy vortex you want to play in or you don't want to play in. If it's not supporting or in resonance with you, you can choose, do you know what, I don't want to play in that. And this is kind of like bringing back to the joy of the human being, the childlike, innocent human being of when you look at children in a playground, they'll not want to play with everyone. So they'll gravitate towards children that they'll feel safe with or that they've got a resonance with. The other kids, they'll just leave them playing the games just somewhere else in the corner of the playground. Why can't we hold that on this planet? You know, leave the kids to play their games or leave people to play whatever it is that they want to play in over there. I'm playing over here. You know, there's nothing to say that we all have to get together and play the game. Play one game. There's nothing that says that, apart from something that's up here that is instructing us that, well, you do have to come together and play the same game. You are going to get conflict, and there's nothing wrong with conflict as well, because when you think about the duality aspect of conflict is inner peace. So this is what I was given as well. Dragons come together, dissolve into one with all that is. Not just re-emerging with the universe, but in alchemical process of becoming the empowered creator force we truly are. So this is what I was meaning by one aspect I can hold that out of physical form. This is where I am and who I am. I am infinite being made from the same frequency of love. How can I serve? How can I serve on this planet? And the service is, how can I make myself, what's the word? You know, when you feel like you've got a high of something, it's feeling that service to self, making myself feel good, making myself feel high. When you've got that going on, then you can then be of service to another person, because they'll come into your vortex and thinking, they feel pretty good. But there's other people that are getting to your vortex and thinking, that don't feel good to me. So some people might get a high from, say, alcohol. Great. And that makes them feel empowered and good. Some people might get a high from fighting because that makes them feel empowered and good. Some people might get a high from literally kind of like the stillness and just kind of like literally, throwing off, just everything, just the identity and everything, and just sitting in divine love is a high. There are so many things as human beings that can experience, but you might be, say, a human being that just likes to be in stillness. I don't want to get into the vortex, or somebody that likes fun and alcohol and something else. I just want the stillness. You might be a being that, do you know what? I'm good with all of it. I can do a little bit of everything if I want. Or, you could be, my high comes from nature. Whatever your high is, and this is the point, we are supposed to be holding different experiences. So we get the 360 perspective of the whole diamond, and it's all a diamond made from same frequency love. But we get the 360 perspective. So can we hold acceptance that somebody else wants a different experience? Somebody else wants to create peace. Somebody else wants to create war. If you want to do that, go over there and do it. I don't want to get in it. And you can choose to do that. So I choose what that, do I want to play in a little bit of war to kind of like have that little buzz and that tingle? I'll play in a little bit of that. Do I want to go over there and kind of like manifest an inner peace and get that as my tingle? Then I'll go over there and do that. But I know that that tingle is not going to come from what somebody else is playing in, or what somebody else wants me to play in. And this is the thing, there's no room in the womb for somebody else's creations. So when somebody's telling you what to play in, that is a very... come and play on my playground because my playground is better than your playground. It's a very narcissistic, fear control energy. And this is what people are tearing away from. Do you know what? I don't want to play with you anymore. So then the narcissist will feel all bent out of shape and all aggrieved. Well, what do you mean you don't want to play with me anymore? So then the narcissist will be all alone in the playground, feeling all kind of like, woe is me, and bent out of shape. And it's kind of like, well, they're not going to play with me, and they're not going to play with me, and they're not going to play with me. Do you know what? You're all to blame. You're all to blame because you don't want to play in my vortex. All you are wrong. I'm the one that's right here. I'm the one that's okay. And it's kind of like, look for the patterning. If you're the one that no one wants to play with, then you've got to look at your own narcissistic energies. Awareness, self-awareness. The only thing with a narcissist is they have no self-awareness because they're always right, so they don't need to look within. But they are beautiful energy on the planet for all of us to witness and learn from. So they are big teachers. So can we respect them for the teachers that they are, but we can also choose where we want to learn. And if that school is no longer for you to learn from, then you can choose something different, the exact opposite, to have a different human life experience. So kind of like, this is what I was feeling lately as well. It's kind of like, do you know what? I am done learning this human life experience through fear, sadness, shame, lack of joy, and anger. I'm done learning with that now. I don't mind it if I feel it, that's fine. I can accept it, I can love myself, forgive myself and feeling it, that's fine. But you know what? I'm a little bit tired of it. I'm a little bit done with it. So do you know what? I want to learn some human life experiences now through the exact opposite. Through happiness, through joy, through innocence and not shame. And the innocence is, I'm just a human being having a human life experience. There is no right or wrong, it just is. And I want to learn through forgiveness, not anger. I want to learn through courage, not fear. So you get to choose what human life experience that you want to hold. And whoever is acting their role or their part in the play right now, then that's because they feel their passion is rising like a phoenix to destroy and to make all things new. So this was the other thing that was coming as well. The rising of the phoenix, bringing conflict into harmony, intensity, and yep, definitely feeling that on this planet at the moment. for transformation. So we need intensity to, like when you look at alchemical processes, you know, if you want to combine a metal or change a metal or turn an element into something different, you have to have that intensity. So for me, it was transforming fire into water recently. So that's why I was feeling the intensity in my body, that I was going through a transformation, and we are in the age of Aquarius. So the incredibleness of the phoenix is part of the incredibleness of being alive, infinite energy. So the other thing is coming in as well as passions, desires. You know, what does your heart desire? What way of being right now does your heart desire? And this is kind of like what I was saying before. Some people want to experience peace. Some people want to experience war. Some people want to experience adventure. Some people want to just be put. You know, we've all want to create in this full rainbow of life experiences, which is the gift. Being here right now is a gift. And I know kind of like many of you kind of like, do you know what, I'm done with this planet, it's all full of sadness and shit and just nothing nice in this place whatsoever. And there are a lot of souls that are choosing that, and there are a lot of souls that are ending their contract on this planet. And again, to all those souls that are choosing that, you know, thank you for your service on this planet. So much love given to you, and so much love in your onward journey and creations. So even though things seem absolutely crazy and chaotic, there's a reason for it, a really beautiful reason for it. And everything is temporary. And even though it seems crazy and right now, it's gonna get good. It's gonna get really good. So faith is seeing the light in yourself and others. Hope isn't something that kind of like, do you know what, I'm wishing that at the end of it. Hope is knowing that you're supported when you are going through something that is turbulent. And charity, you know, the trilogy that Mary Magdalene spoke about, which can really, really help find a peace somewhere in your mind and body. It's where is it that I can be of service to myself to find that happiness, that tingle, that desire of joy. Where is it? What aspects bring that in for me? And it's going to be unique to each and every one of you. So there's no judgment about what that unique thing of joy you decide to create to bring that tingle and happiness within. And when you can serve self 51%, 49% you can serve another. So again, you know, the collective, it's what is it that I want to create for myself, but it will also be an advantage to the collective also. So that's going to be a big shift as well. That's going to be the new. So those of you that might have been feeling it in the solar plex as well, so you might have been feeling that my body is detoxing, or you feel like you need a detox, you'll be feeling in the solar plex maybe kind of like a little bit grungy or a little bit knotty. It's like the first day of school, you know, a little bit nervous, a little bit in trepidation, because the old is dead. It's dead, it's gone, it's ended. So from this moment, this now moment in the Lion's Gate, all is new. Nothing is going to be the same. So in some ways there's going to be grief from people as well. And again, men, you're going to feel it maybe in the chest area. Women, you may feel it in the sacral area. We all may be feeling it differently as alchemists. So when you think about, you know, for those of you that have a child, you'll know what I'm talking about in this, but you know that in creation, that before your baby comes along, that if men are truthful, you know, they may have intrepidation and a little bit nervousness about, am I going to be good enough for kind of like, you know, this new that's coming up. There's a lot of that coming up in the energy. So know your worth right now. Know your worth in the value of your new creations in the new. human life experiences. So men are feeling kind of like restricted a little bit around the chest area and the heart area. Show yourself some more kindness, gentleness and some love. Do things that again will help bring you a little bit joy in, no matter what that is. So you may be feeling about this new creation may take a lot of my energy. The actual truth is it will give you more energy in this creation. If you are creating for yourself, you'll have more energy. And you know, they may be thinking, oh my goodness, you know, when this new creation comes in, it's going to change everything. I can't go back to the way I was. Yeah, you're right, you can't. The new creation comes in and it's getting used to the new normal. Is the thing, it's the new normal and getting used to it. So it's like first day of school, you're feeling that hesitancy and it's like, it's all new and I don't know how I'm gonna get on in it. Let the mystery unfold. You'll be absolutely fine, you know, as long as you take that time to have a little bit of stillness and calmness. You will be guided in the new. You are supported in the new. I got a new guide in this morning as well, so that was interesting. You'll be guided and supported in the new. We've got this. For women, you may have been feeling like you may have been having like labour pains or you know, in the womb area. So again, you know, it's kind of like get creative, whatever that means for you. Get creative. Look out for where something may be stunting your creativity, or where other people might not have faith in what you want to create. Do you know what? Be the phoenix, and it's like literally screw you, because I'm going to create it anyway. And they'll not want you to create whatever it is that you want to create, because they'll feel like it'll change something. So the men might feel like it's going to change something in their experience. And I'm not solely pinpointing this to men and women, because we all have feminine and masculine energies within us. So there may be men that want to create something and the wife's going, do you know what, we need the money. I don't think that you should quit your job and do your passions. And it'll be same for women, you know, they might want to follow their passions and the husbands will, you know, could be this of the same ilk going, do you know what, I don't think we can afford to support your passions. You need to get a job, love. You know, that's not supporting creativity. That is stunting somebody's creativity. That is showing that you don't have faith in that person, because you actually don't have faith and trust in yourself. But don't vomit that onto another person. Have some self-awareness about your creations, which is the whole point of why we are going through this ascension, is to literally be responsible creators, because ultimately there's another planet waiting out there for a population of beings. It's got a sun, it's got a moon, it's 4 times bigger than this earth. It can support life, but it's not supporting life at the moment. There are some souls that are deciding to leave this planet early at the moment, to help support the way for the rest of us that are deciding maybe to have an experience on a different planet, so to speak. And in 2067, travel to this planet, you'll not have to die. I don't know what relevance that is, whether we'll be around in 2067, some of us, who knows, some of us are going to live longer. But interesting information anyway. Okay. Interesting. So for those of you that want to choose that you want to go to the new planet, 2067 is the year for a little bit of travel without actually having to transcend, die in your physical form. You can take your physical form over. Okay, so physical forms aren't going to be as dense. So it's going to be easy to travel to certain dimensions, because the human body in 2067 is not going to be the same as it is now. It's not going to be As solid or as tangible. And again, we've, you know, it's hard when we come in with amnesia to think what that might be like. But nothing is going to be the same from this now moment. Everything is changing. So you can either accept it or reject it. You know, this is a planet of free will. It's up to you. But if we don't go with the flow, you may be feeling vertigo. That might be another symptom that comes up. And so literally lay down, 0 point field it, stillness. So if you don't choose to do it, your body will tell you to do it. So vertigo may be another symptom right now as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do in the next videos is tell you or give an explanation of how we can alchemize certain elements in the body to bring in a little bit more comfort and to balance these forces within us. So it will be a little bit more of a pleasant flight, shall we say. So I'll leave that video with you, leave my love with you, take care, and love you lots, bye.